Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nigel. I'm 32 years old. I am filming. Whoops. I am filming this off of my Samsung phone, so I apologize for the sound and video quality. But this is my first video for my weight loss vlog that I and my cohort decided to start. Not too much to talk about. I am on my second day of basically what has been referred to as a potato famine. It was talked about in the Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller fame. Penn Jillette's book Presto, How I Made 250 Pounds Disappear and Other Stories, I think it's called. Feel free to check that book out. I will try to put a link to that book on Amazon or something in the doobly-doo underneath the video. Basically what's going to happen is for the next 2 weeks, I'm currently on day 2. I wanted to start this earlier, but with work and a severe lack of emotional motivation, I did not start it until today. I'm actually starting this. Man, it's late. It's like past midnight here. But basically what is going to happen is for the next 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, I also live on a very loud and obnoxious street in Hawaii. Loud and obnoxious streets are quite common in Hawaii. Don't be fooled by the Elvis Presley movies and whatnot. So I'm going to be doing this thing where for the next 2 weeks, I am going to eat nothing but potatoes. They can be any type of potato. So, big old russet potatoes, little red skin ones, the golden whatevers, all that. Oh my goodness. The purple Okinawan sweet potatoes, which are really good, but don't eat a lot of those. Hot tip: do not eat 2 of those at once; they will make you so sick. And I'm going to do that for 2 weeks. On these, I am allowed water. I am allowed black coffee, hot or cold. They didn't exactly specify. I am not allowed any salt. I am not allowed any oil or anything else. I am literally just eating potatoes for 2 weeks. Now, on the second week, I am allowed pepper, but not a lot of it. So at least that's something to look forward to. And then I believe on week 3, I'm also allowed corn. So corn and potatoes. I have not read past that part in the book yet. We're going to get there. We'll be surprised together. I don't know if I'm going to be making another video like this tomorrow. I might do a short one because allegedly in the book it stated that I'm going to get into why I'm yawning so much in a second. In the book, it stated that days 3 and 4 are hell. They are going to be hell. I'm starting to feel pretty gnarly as it is. My stomach feels odd. I'm very lethargic, which is why I've been yawning. Even taking things like Alpha Brain. Currently, I'm also prescribed Ritalin. Ritalin? I'm thinking of something else. Not Ritalin. Uh, Still one. It's a. Anyway, that's not the point. I'm getting off track here from my first video, which is horrible. But I'm become very lethargic. I'm very tired. I've taken a lot of Adderall. Adderall's the one I was thinking of. God, maybe I need more Adderall. But even with that, with coffee, I am extremely tired on day 2. Um, I'll let you know if day 3 is any better. Day 3 and day 4. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing that. Hopefully, you guys can come along for the ride. I'll try to film in a slightly better place. Right now I'm filming in my room, which is a huge mess. Also on a phone, so real low budget. But speaking of budget, I will be starting up a Patreon. If you guys want to help me, with things like gym membership, maybe a better thing to record these vlogs or vlogs on. If you want me to try out any sort of like health food related thing, I was on Soylent for quite some time, and it kind of helped. And then I stopped boxing because I was doing boxing for a bit of Tabata and things like that, which I would like to start up again. If there's any techniques or anything you guys want to recommend, feel free to do so. And any money that you would like to send my way to help fund, my diet. Food is very expensive in Hawaii, especially like actual food, because you can still go to McDonald's, and that dollar sandwich is still gonna be like $1.50 or $2 here, but when you try to go get potatoes, for instance, those are incredibly expensive. I think milk, last I checked, is about $9 a gallon, which is nuts when I tell people that. But yeah, just to focus back on what I'm doing, we're gonna see how the next 2 weeks go. We're gonna see what it is I do next. Hopefully I'll look better as well. I think it's about 1 o'clock when I'm filming that, in the morning. 1 in the morning when I'm filming this. I am extremely beat, more so than usual. Also, well, let me tell you why I'm doing this. One is I'm 32, and I've always been big, and I don't really mind being big. I don't like being this big. I am currently around 448 pounds, just shy of 450. When you look at me, I don't really carry it. Like, I don't look as big. Like, I hate to bring him up, but Ralphie May, God rest his soul, he was a little bigger than me, and he looked way different than I do. I tend to carry it a little better, but still, this is a health risk. It's just, I don't want to. Again, God rest his soul, I don't want to end up like him. I have other goals too. I've never been able to cosplay. I've never felt comfortable cosplaying. And the cosplay is kind of a big thing in Hawaii. I've always wanted to. When I was younger, I believe I was 6 or 7. My mother, God rest her soul as well, made me a Starfleet uniform from Star Trek, and I went as Commander Riker from the Star Trek Next Generation for Halloween, and it's something I've always wanted to do again. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Taught me a lot about just, how to keep your cool. And, I didn't have a dad growing up, and, all the things I learned about being manly and cool and, all that stuff, that was all taught to me by, Commander Riker, sauntering onto the bridge every episode. And, I've always wanted to cosplay as a Starfleet officer again. And so by losing this weight, one, it's good for my health. Two, it's good for my self-esteem. I can fake self-esteem real easy, but a lot of people can. But yeah, those are two of my biggest reasons. I guess the third one would be, I've had a lot of people who have said that they're my friends and know my struggles with weight, but they'll still turn around and poke fun at me or say stuff like, oh well, I hope your weight loss thing is doing well, you're looking really good. By the way, I went to lunch and here's this like half a chicken fried steak that I didn't eat. Do you want it? And of course, me being who I am, growing up poor, you never turned down a free meal, and so I would just always take it. Or some idiot like, oh, we have like part of a cake left over from someone's birthday or whatever. Do you want it? Of course I want it. It's cake. Pie is better. Cake is still delicious though, and unfortunately that's just the way my brain works, and I need to not think that way anymore. I need to make a conscious effort to change how I think and how I eat and how even how I view the world. So hopefully this vlog, I know I'm running a little long here. It's been about 12 minutes since I started this, but hopefully I can do something about my weight and how I feel emotionally, physically. Get some sort of what's the word I'm looking for here? Again, very lethargic. Potatoes. It could have been any vegetable. It could have been any vegetable. I could have had spinach. Just every meal, spinach. But potatoes, there are more variety of potatoes, so it's a little easier to work with that. But there's just a discipline. There we go. A discipline that I lack when it comes to food. Food was always one of those things in my house where it was, oh, if you're feeling bad, here's food. Here's, you want to sit down with your family, we're sitting down over dinner because our family freaking hates each other. Things like that. But yeah. Anyway, I hope this explains a lot. If at any point you have any questions, feel free to, I guess, throw in a comment. Depending on how things go, if I get a lot of comments, I'll try to read them all. If not, I'll try to set up a private email or something. Just, you guys can direct questions there if you want. Like I said, I'll have a Patreon up soon. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with my lack of energy and enthusiasm. I feel like garbage. But then again, I have been only, eating potatoes and drinking coffee and water for the last 2 days. So it's not a fun ride. It's a necessary ride, but it's not fun. I'll try to go into more detail about it tomorrow. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. Wish me luck, and I'll see you soon.